Have you ever heard of Nathanael, also known as the Apostle Bartholomew, and wondered about his life and faith? This often overlooked disciple played a unique role among the apostles and carried a profound testimony of loyalty and belief. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden truth about Nathanael's journey, his encounter with Jesus, and the extraordinary faith that defined his life. Nathanael's story will inspire you to reflect on your own relationship with God, showing how genuine faith and a sincere heart can lead to incredible spiritual growth. As we explore his life, you'll discover powerful lessons about trust, humility, and what it truly means to be known by God. This isn't just history, it's a message that can strengthen your faith today. If you're ready to be inspired by Nathanael's incredible journey, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us share these powerful stories with others seeking spiritual growth. Let's dive into the life and faith of this remarkable apostle. Nathanael, one of Jesus' 12 apostles, is often recognized for his sincere faith and honest character. He grew up in Cana, a town in Galilee, known for being the location of Jesus' first miracle at a wedding, John 2 verses 1-11. Nathanael is introduced to us as a man who had a deep faith and was devout in his worship of God. He was honest and straightforward, qualities that are reflected in his initial reaction to Philip's invitation to meet Jesus. Nathanael's background sets the stage for the significant transformation in his faith journey. When Philip told Nathanael that they had found the Messiah, Jesus of Nazareth, Nathanael's response was skeptical. He questioned, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" John 1 verse 46. This comment reveals Nathanael's high expectations of the Messiah and the disbelief that someone from such a humble and despised place could be the one to fulfill God's promises. His reaction underscores a key moment in his journey, how his initial skepticism toward Jesus would turn into profound faith. This moment is significant because it shows that even those with strong beliefs can struggle to understand God's plan at first, highlighting Nathanael's humanity. Nathanael's initial skepticism is important in understanding his character. While he was a man of deep faith, he also had an analytical mind. His reaction to Jesus coming from Nazareth was not born out of a lack of faith, but from a perception that the Messiah could only come from a prestigious place, like Bethlehem or Jerusalem. This moment sets up his eventual transformation, where Jesus reveals his true nature and calls Nathanael to deeper faith. There is also some confusion about Nathanael's name. In the Gospel of John, he is referred to as Nathanael, but in the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, he is known as Bartholomew. These two names refer to the same person. Bartholomew is a patronymic surname, derived from the Aramaic Bartolmai, meaning son of Tolmai. On the other hand, Nathanael is a Hebrew name, meaning gift of God. This distinction explains why the same person is referred to by two different names in the New Testament, depending on the context. The dual identity of Nathanael and Bartholomew is not unusual in ancient times. It was common for individuals to have both a given name and a surname, especially when their family background or genealogy was important. This was the case with Nathanael, whose personal name was Nathanael, and his surname, Bartholomew, referred to his lineage as the son of Tolmai. Understanding this helps clarify any confusion and reinforces the idea that Nathanael/Bartholomew was a well-known figure among Jesus' disciples. Nathanael's story teaches us about the importance of genuine faith and openness to God's surprising ways. Despite his skepticism, he was chosen to follow Jesus and to witness the fulfillment of God's promises. His journey from doubt to belief is a powerful reminder that even those who struggle with faith can experience profound transformation through their encounters with Jesus. The duality of his names, Nathanael and Bartholomew, also shows the importance of understanding the historical context of biblical figures and how they played a pivotal role in shaping the early church. The pivotal moment in Nathanael's journey of faith occurs when Philip invites him to meet Jesus. After hearing Philip's enthusiastic claim that they had found the Messiah, Nathanael's initial response is full of skepticism. He questions whether anything good can come from Nazareth, expressing doubt about the Messiah coming from such a humble background, John 1 verse 46. Despite his skepticism, Philip invites him to come and see for himself. This moment shows how important it is to seek the truth even when our initial perceptions might cause us to doubt. When Nathanael approaches Jesus, something remarkable happens. Jesus immediately reveals his deep insight into Nathanael's character, saying, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there is no deceit." John 1 verse 47. This comment catches Nathanael off guard, as it reveals that Jesus knows him in a profound way, even before they have spoken. It is a moment of revelation, where Jesus affirms Nathanael's sincerity and honesty, seeing through any pretenses. Jesus' ability to know Nathanael's true character speaks to his divine nature and sets the stage for Nathanael's faith to deepen. Nathanael is taken aback by Jesus' knowledge of him, leading him to ask, "How do you know me?" John 1 verse 48. Jesus responds by telling Nathanael that he saw him under the fig tree before Philip called him. This response reveals not just a physical observation but a spiritual insight into Nathanael's heart. Jesus' statement about seeing Nathanael under the fig tree carries a symbolic meaning, suggesting that Jesus is aware of his inner thoughts and spiritual state. Amazed and overwhelmed by Jesus' supernatural insight, Nathanael immediately confesses his faith. He declares, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." John 1 verse 49. In this moment, Nathanael fully acknowledges Jesus' divine nature and his kingship over Israel. His response marks the turning point where his initial skepticism transforms into full acceptance of Jesus as the promised Messiah. Nathanael's confession is one of the first in the Gospel to recognize Jesus as both the Son of God and the King of Israel, affirming the central truths of Jesus' identity. This confession is significant because it illustrates the power of personal revelation. Nathanael's journey from doubt to faith mirrors the experience many people have when they encounter Jesus' transformative presence. Jesus' ability to reveal the truth about Nathanael's character and identity serves as a catalyst for his belief. It also serves as a model for how we, too, can respond to Jesus when we experience his love and truth in our lives. In this encounter, we see a pattern for how Jesus works in the lives of his followers. He sees us for who we truly are, understands our hearts, and calls us to deeper faith. Nathanael's initial skepticism is replaced with a bold declaration of faith, and his testimony becomes an example of how encountering Jesus can change our lives. His transformation highlights how a moment of revelation, where we recognize Jesus for who he truly is, can lead to a profound and life-changing faith. Nathanael's transformation from skepticism to faith is a powerful example of how personal encounters with Jesus can change our hearts. Initially, he questioned whether anything good could come from Nazareth, reflecting his doubts about Jesus' origins. However, when Jesus demonstrated his deep knowledge of Nathanael's character and saw him under the fig tree, Nathanael's skepticism melted away. His immediate response, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." John 1 verse 49, marks a profound shift in his belief. This moment highlights the transformative power of recognizing Jesus' true identity, and it shows how open-mindedness and willingness to encounter Jesus can lead to a powerful conversion. As Nathanael's faith deepens, he takes on a crucial role as one of Jesus' 12 apostles. Despite the relatively few mentions of him in the Gospels, Nathanael, also known as Bartholomew, was an important figure in the early Christian movement. The name Bartholomew is believed to be a patronymic, meaning son of Ptolemy, while Nathanael was his personal name. His calling to follow Jesus, along with the other apostles, allowed him to witness many pivotal events in Jesus' ministry, such as the miracles, teachings, and the resurrection. Nathanael's initial encounter with Jesus laid the foundation for his lifelong commitment to spreading the gospel. Nathanael's journey as one of the apostles was marked by his active participation in spreading Jesus' message. Though the Gospels do not provide extensive details about his life, the Acts of the Apostles and early church traditions offer insights into his later years. According to some accounts, Nathanael, Bartholomew, traveled to various regions, possibly including India and Armenia, spreading the Christian message and establishing the church in those areas. His missionary efforts were integral to the early expansion of Christianity. One of Nathanael's key contributions to early Christianity was his unwavering faith. As an apostle, he was an important figure in spreading the message of Jesus and his teachings. Despite facing challenges and opposition, Nathanael's commitment to his faith remained steadfast. His life serves as an example for modern Christians, showing that even when little is known about our role, we can still make a lasting impact through dedication, faith, and service to others. Nathanael's role as an apostle and his contributions to early Christianity demonstrate the significance of following Jesus, even when the path is uncertain. He was not just a passive witness to Jesus' ministry but an active participant in the gospel's spread. His dedication exemplified the power of faith and trust in God's plan. His journey from doubt to belief resonates with many who struggle with skepticism before encountering the life-changing power of Christ. Ultimately, Nathanael's legacy is one of faith, transformation, and missionary zeal. He is remembered as a key figure in spreading Christianity and for his unwavering belief in the message of Jesus. As we reflect on Nathanael's life, we are reminded that our faith can also lead to significant contributions to the world. Whether in our everyday lives or through our service to others, we are called to follow Nathanael's example by living out the gospel with courage, conviction, and love. Nathanael's transformation from skepticism to belief is a powerful reminder that faith often grows through confronting doubts and seeking the truth. At first, Nathanael was skeptical about the idea of the Messiah coming from Nazareth, a place that did not meet his expectations. His initial reaction, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" John 1 verse 46, shows his doubts. However, once he met Jesus and experienced his divine insight, Nathanael's skepticism gave way to profound faith. This moment teaches us that true belief often arises after a period of questioning and seeking answers. For modern Christians, Nathanael's story offers an invitation to reflect on our own journeys of faith. Just as Nathanael overcame his doubts and skepticism to recognize Jesus as the Son of God, we too are called to explore our own uncertainties. Faith doesn't require having all the answers, but it calls us to seek truth, be open to God's revelations, and trust in His plan. As we confront our own doubts, we can find deeper spiritual understanding, just as Nathanael did when he saw Jesus for who he truly was. One lesson from Nathanael's life is the importance of being open to God's calling, even when it challenges our expectations. Nathanael initially resisted the idea of the Messiah coming from Nazareth, yet when he took the time to meet Jesus, his heart was changed. This teaches us that God's plan often unfolds in unexpected ways, and we must remain open to His guidance, even when it doesn't align with what we expect or understand. Nathanael's response to Jesus, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." John 1 verse 49, demonstrates the power of recognizing God's revelation. He didn't hesitate to fully accept Jesus once he saw the truth. This highlights the importance of recognizing God's presence and accepting His revelation in our lives, allowing us to grow in faith and trust. Like Nathanael, we should be ready to embrace the truth about God and His calling for us without hesitation. Another significant lesson from Nathanael's life is his wholehearted acceptance of Jesus after his transformation. Despite his initial doubts, once Nathanael recognized Jesus as the Son of God, he immediately accepted Him with full faith. This teaches us about the importance of being open and receptive to God's truth when it is revealed to us. Our response should mirror Nathanael's, not just intellectually accepting, but fully embracing and following the truth with all our hearts. Finally, Nathanael's legacy encourages us to look beyond our doubts and to pursue a deeper relationship with God. His journey from skepticism to belief reflects the spiritual growth that comes from encountering Christ. For Christians today, his story serves as a reminder that doubts are part of the journey, but they do not define our faith. What matters is our willingness to seek truth, listen to God, and embrace His call. Just as Nathanael's life was changed by this encounter, so too can our lives be transformed when we open ourselves to God's revelation. To recap, Nathanael's journey from skepticism to belief is a powerful story of transformation. Initially, Nathanael doubted that anything good could come from Nazareth, but his encounter with Jesus led him to recognize Christ's true identity as the Son of God. As one of the 12 apostles, Nathanael's deep faith and quick acceptance of Jesus' revelation set him apart. His life teaches us that faith often emerges through overcoming doubts and being open to God's revelation, even when it challenges our expectations. Nathanael's legacy reminds us of the importance of embracing God's calling and accepting His truth in our lives. As we reflect on Nathanael's story, I encourage you to consider your own faith journey. Are there doubts or struggles that you are facing in your walk with God? Like Nathanael, it's important to approach those doubts with an open heart, ready to seek and recognize God's truth. Just as Nathanael's skepticism was transformed into unwavering belief, your own struggles can be an opportunity for spiritual growth if you allow God to reveal His truth to you. Are you ready to embrace God's calling in your life, even when it's not what you expected? Nathanael's transformation reminds us that doubts do not have to hinder our faith. His willingness to listen to Jesus and open his heart to God's truth changed his life, and it can do the same for us. Take a moment to reflect on the areas where you may have hesitated to fully trust God. How can you overcome those doubts and follow God's path with the same certainty and faith that Nathanael displayed? Embrace the invitation to seek God's truth and allow Him to reveal greater things to you. Nathanael's life serves as an inspiring example of how to approach God with sincerity and openness. Even when faced with doubts, he didn't let them define him. Instead, he sought the truth and recognized Jesus as the Messiah. His story challenges us to examine our own hearts and consider how we can live with the same integrity and openness to God's call, even in moments of uncertainty. Nathanael's story also teaches us the importance of responding to God's revelation with humility and faith. He didn't hesitate to accept Jesus as the Son of God once he realized the truth. In our own lives, it's crucial to respond to God's calling with faith, knowing that our willingness to listen and trust can lead to life-changing moments. To end, let's reflect on the encouragement found in John 1 verses 50 to 51, when Jesus tells Nathanael, "You will see greater things than these." This promise speaks to all believers, reminding us that God's revelations are ongoing and that He has greater blessings and revelations in store for us. Trust that, just as Nathanael experienced the beginning of greater things, so can we. Let this truth inspire you to move forward in your faith, ready to see the greater things God has prepared for you.